Hi everybody, my name is Alyssa. I'm head of marketing here at Headliner, and today I'm going to be walking you through yet another update here in Headliner. So what is the update exactly? Headliner now supports automated transcriptions for all of your podcast projects. So this is a pro feature and is going to be accessible via our transcript-based editor. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into that update and see it in action. So to go ahead and access the update, you're first going to need to log into your Headliner account. So once you do that, you should be seeing a screen that looks an awful lot like this one. And you're going to, again, need to navigate to our transcript-based editor. And to access that editor, you're going to need to click on this pink transcribe audio or video button. So go ahead and click that. And then once Eddie has opened, you should be now seeing a screen that looks like this. And right away, you can start to see this update kind of taking effect. So if you were familiar with Eddie previously, then you would know that that this button right here didn't exist. And we had kind of more of this flow. It allowed you to create a project via Google Drive import, connecting to a Zoom account, YouTube suggestion, podcast search, and then of course, manually uploading via your machine. All those options are still available here in the single transcription flow, and as well as some of them are available in the automation. The key difference here is that the automation is going to require you, kind of similar if you're familiar with the automatic audiogram flow, to actually connect your podcast to Headliner. So you can see very quickly that I've done this before. So you can see that we have our test podcast here already connected, and then you can kind of see the difference between what the different projects would be. So you can see anything that's been in automation has this lovely little colorful automated and magic wand icon, whereas the other projects that I created through a myriad of different ways are going to just, not have that, but then of course they'll just kind of have the thumbnailing to display which project they are. But to go ahead and create an automation, we'll go ahead and show that now. So all you do, go ahead and click the Get Started right here. Just go ahead and very quickly search for your podcast and go ahead and select the language. So we do record in English. You can drop down and you can see the Headliner. We have a lot of different languages available. I believe we have over 100 languages available for transcription here in Headliner. But again, we record in English, so I'm going to go ahead and rock and roll with that, continue with the language. And then this is going to be a very important step, kind of depending on what you're going to need this project for. So for instance, if you just want the transcript, you could probably go ahead and toggle all of these off. However, by toggling them on, you get a lot of different benefits. So the first one, naming your project. This is going to be great if you're going to be uploading these transcripts as captions directly to YouTube. So it's going to automatically name the files that also relates to the actual title of the project. So all of the files are going to include 1 to 3 different keywords that are going to be relevant to that very specific recording. So this is really great specifically because YouTube cannot index audio or video, but they can index all of the lovely little metadata nuggets that are going to be attached to those uploads. So looking at the file names is actually one of the very first things that the algorithm looks at to kind of better contextualize what's going on in your project. So by toggling that on, you are having an SEO optimized and YouTube optimized, by extension, title automatically for your transcript, which is really, really awesome. And then also if you are wanting to add chapters, so thinking if you're going to be uploading this to a blog or website, this is going to help kind of chunk everything up, make it a little bit more readable for your actual viewers down the line. Removing filler words. So this is assuming that you are doing post-production. So Headliner, we do automatically kind of clean the corresponding audio or video file using the transcript. So anything that you remove from the transcript is going to also be reflected in the final audio or video export. For the purpose of using your transcript, however, though, I do recommend toggling this on. It's going to kind of remove out those unwanted filler words and just make it a little bit more visually appealing to readers, just making it a little bit more accessible and improving the readability of your actual transcript. And then personalizing to your podcast. This, as a marketer, is my absolute favorite button in Headliner. So what this does is it creates the podcast promo pack, which the promo pack is filled with what we call contextually aware promo assets. So that's going to be all the little things that you need to help market and grow or repurpose your content down the line. So within the promo pack, you're going to get show notes or descriptions for YouTube, keywords, quotes, social media captions, blog posts, newsletters, quotes and references, and show art. I think I got them all. But anyway, so toggling that on, again, it's going to be very relevant to your transcript, and it's going to ensure that you kind of have all of those marketing assets once again to very quickly help promote and grow that show outside of the actual upload to your host or YouTube. So I'm toggling all of these on. So now Headliner for all of my projects is going to remember to toggle all of these things on. So I'll always have them at my disposal. So go ahead, click continue with settings. And then from here, I'm going to want to dictate how I want Headliner to create and what that starting point is. So This colorful button right here, past and future episodes, does exactly that. So you can kind of choose the starting point in which you want Headliner to go. So we can go all the way to episode 0. So if you have hundreds of podcast episodes and you're like, I really want to get these more accessible, or I want to get them more optimized on YouTube, go ahead and click that, and we will try and create all of those things that I just said for each one of your episodes, as well as giving you, once again, all of the context-aware assets to help better market and kind of repurpose or resurface that content down the line. And of course, it's going to catch up from episode 0, or you can go seasonally. So if you just want like season 2, you already did season 1, awesome. You can go ahead and do that. And then all the way up to your future episodes as well. So it'll kind of do all the back work and then just kind of continue that for you. So you don't have to go back through this process once we're caught up. Or you can just go ahead and do most recent and future episodes. So the very last thing that you just published. So if you published it 2 weeks ago, a month ago, today, it'll go ahead and transcribe that, create all of those context-aware promo assets, and then continue that process in the future. So I'm going to go and click on, I actually have a lot. So I'm going to go ahead and click select right here. I don't want Headliner to have to go and transcribe 100 for me, especially if I already have those transcripts. But anyways, so you can see right here, now I have those 2 automations rocking and rolling. And this is going to be attached to this Headliner Test podcast. So I'm going to go ahead and click on this automation so you can go ahead and see kind of what it looks like. And if you are familiar with Eddie, not a lot of changes here. It looks very much the same. So we have everything kind of already broken out and transcribed for you. So at this point, say I wanted to just make this a little bit more optimized. I honestly have no idea who's speaking, but I see Oliver Wellington. So I'm going to use my context clues and say that this is Oliver, and go ahead and update all of those instances. So now you can see anywhere that that speaker A was, we now see Oliver instead. And then say you want to go ahead and kind of do some bulk edits up here. So you can see I typed in the word podcast, and then I want to make an adjustment. So I want that to be now a proper noun, and go ahead and make sure that it is capitalized, ensure that all of them are selected, and go ahead and click correct. And we can see that it's corrected over 30 different search results right there. So that's super awesome. But again, this is your transcript. So you can see we've got the chapter titles, we've got the speaker, and the file name as well. And now looking at the promo pack, go ahead and click that little bad boy. And now you can see kind of all of the things that you have at your disposal here. So we've got the show notes, episode art, keywords, social copy, quotes, references, newsletters, blog posts. Again, all contextually relevant and branded to your actual show. So Headliner's going to look at your show's RSS feed and recognize kind of the style and tone in which you write in, and then as well as formatting. So it'll try and carry all of that over and continuously learn. So it will get better over time. So the more you use it, the better stuff gets. And the more feedback you give, the better it gets. So again, click show notes. And you can see right here, I've got a brief description as well as all of the show notes with the timestamps. I do want to go ahead and adjust these. So again, pro account holders, you have this option available to you. So you can kind of go ahead and change up the length, formality, and the tone, include the episode chapters. And if you want anything more specific, you can go ahead and type right here, and then Headliner will do its best to kind of honor that request and include it in the actual regeneration. So now I'll go ahead and click regenerate, and Headliner is going ahead and it is rewriting that. And then again, you can kind of do this across all of the different things here. So you can get social captions to kind of better help market and grow the show outside of either your YouTube channel or resurface it on social media once it's already been published with your host. So again, we can see here, Headliner did a great job. Went ahead and shortened it up, made it a little bit more casual, a little bit more chill, kind of the style in which Headliner typically goes for. But so that is the update. So now we have the ability for you to get your transcripts automatically transcribed for you every time you publish a episode, as well as giving you those contextually aware promo assets. So as always, thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions, comments, thoughts, suggestions, feedback, what have you, feel free to drop them down in the comments below or reach out to us directly by emailing us at support@headliner.app. As always, thanks again for watching and happy podcasting.